Greetings, this is Mr Noface. This will be an illustrated reading of the hadith that describe the marriage of Aisha to Muhammad. I'll provide the cited verses so you can find them if you like, and I'll include links in the description for resources if you're interested in looking into this yourself. I'm going to have to use a few different hadith in order to fill in some of the information here and explain some of my illustrations as well. But let's start with Sahih Bukhari 5:234. Narrated Aisha, the Prophet engaged me when I was a girl of 6 years. We went to Medina and stayed at the home of Bani al-Harith bin Khazraj. Then I got ill and my hair fell down. Later on, my hair grew again, and my mother, Ruman, came to me while I was playing in a swing with some of my girlfriends. She called me, and I went to her, not knowing what she wanted to do to me. She caught me by the hand and made me stand at the door of the house. I was breathless then, and when my breathing became all right, she took some water and rubbed my face and head with it. Then she took me into the house. There, in the house, I saw some Ansari women who said, "Best wishes, and Allah's blessing, and a good luck." Then she entrusted me to them, and they prepared me for the marriage. Unexpectedly, Allah's apostle came to me in the forenoon, and my mother handed me over to him. At that time, I was a girl of 9 years of age.
Tabari 9:131 has a similar account, but adds, I was brought in while Muhammad was sitting on a bed in our house. My mother made me sit on his lap. The other men and women got up and left. The Prophet consummated his marriage with me in my house when I was 9 years old. Neither a camel nor a sheep was slaughtered on behalf of me. Abu Dawood, Book 41, number 4917, adds a few more things and changes a few things as well. When we came to Medina, the women came to me when I was playing on the swing, thus my illustration showing women coming to get her, and my hair were up to my ears. They brought me, prepared me, and decorated me. Then they brought me to the Apostle of Allah. So she is brought to Muhammad, whereas in Sahih Bukhari, Allah's apostle comes to her. Muhammad comes to her home. They brought me to the apostle of Allah, and he took up cohabitation with me when I was 9. So the story of Aisha's marriage goes like this. She's outside, she's playing with her friends, and then her mother and perhaps some other women come to get her. They're very excited. She doesn't know immediately what's going on. She's brought back hurriedly to her home, and she's made to stand at the door. Then her face is washed, either by her mother or from her nurse in other reports. Then she's handed over to some Ansari women who help get her ready to clean her and beautify her and dress her in order to get her ready to present to Muhammad. Muhammad comes early in many of the accounts, shows up early. In one account, Aisha is made to sit on his lap on the bed, and then everyone hurriedly goes out of the house, and it's at that point in the narration where Aisha says, and that's when our marriage was consummated, and she repeats, in almost all of them, repeats that she was at the age of 9. In Sahih Muslim Book 8, number 3311, there's a little difference here. Notice she says 7 years old instead of 6 years old, but still consummation takes place at the age of 9. Also, she adds that her dolls were with her, which is, to me, kind of code for she was prepubescent. I believe this because of the prohibition against dolls for pubescent girls. Once they reached puberty, they were no longer able to play with dolls. So saying that she had her dolls with her, okay, she's not playing with them, but merely the possession was enough. That tells me she's prepubescent. What got this rolling for me was Dawa Film's apologetic defense of Muhammad having a 9-year-old bride and a 9-year-old lover, and that got this ball rolling for me. One of his follow-up videos, obsessed with pedophilia. God, I would like to be through with this. This is the last video I plan to do on this topic. I'm quite finished with it. I'd like to move on. But I will respond to anyone's feedback here as best I can. If you have any questions, please feel free. Later.